Meatball. Welcome back.
Hi, hi, Gina. Thank you. I see you're on a lovely beach somewhere.
It looks like you're on the same beach somewhere. Hi.
Hi. Oh, yes, it's just absolutely beautiful. You can see a light breeze and the palm trees are swaying.
This is in
Isn't it
no
wonderful?
way computer trickery. We are actually on the beach.
Yeah, and it's funny because we both have the same palm trees and we both have the same rocks, but
No,
yours are
mine's
going
going
in
this
one.
way. Yeah.
Yours is going this way
We're
and
on the
mine is going
opposite
this way.
coast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just amazing.
This is a coincidence. Pay no attention to the palm tree behind the curtain. So we did episode one, which was a big overview of meatball bargains. And now we thought for episode two, what would be the next logical thing to talk about, but what to buy and where to buy it for
That's
resellers.
that's very important.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got to have things to sell.
you got to have stuff to sell, or you just advertising a lot of nothing.
We're having
You
a
know,
big sale on nothing.
if you only have one item on there, unless it's a heck of a popular item, like if you're giving away $1,000 for a buck, you probably sell it pretty fast. But other than that, you need a lot of stuff.
That's right.
So it's like, where do you get the stuff?
So, as we talked about in episode one, I think our first place we went to, along with garage sales, was
Hmm.
Goodwill.
Right. Well, you know what I say, the first place to start?
Yes. What?
Right in your own backyard.
Oh,
Look in your look in your cupboards, look in your drawers, look in your closet, look in your basement, look in your attic.
yeah, you're right. That's actually the first step because you said you had put these puzzles together, these jigsaw puzzles that you had already
Mhm.
done. So they were already in your closet.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting to sell stuff just to sell it. I'm saying you got stuff you're not using anymore. That's a great place to find stuff. Give yourself space, and maybe instead of throwing it away, you might make a few bucks on it.
Before we moved, Matt had found a couple old Metallica t-shirts and they were going
Oh,
for good money.
yeah.
So that's a good point. It's just stuff he owned. Instead of donating it, see if it's kind of rare and sought after.
Yeah, that's
So
what I say. Get your own stuff up there because it'll give you a presence online. And then you can go search for other stuff. Once you generate some cash by selling your own goods, you then have money to put into your purchasing power, right? So get some money out of your own stuff that you can use to make money instead of just starting with going to the bank and taking money out like we did in the beginning.
we each put in $100 of our own money.
Yeah, and then we figured out, we should have looked in our own home, and we what we did is we generated some sales, and we quickly reimbursed ourselves that $100, didn't we?
Yes.
And then we had stuff up there, and we were out of pocket zero. So if you start in your own home and you look for stuff you could sell, you may not ever have to put in an investment. And that's a great way to make money is to start with $0.
And you
$0. Start with a meatball. Start
yeah,
with a meatball
think of
and
us
throw
and
it
start with a
throw it
meatball.
into a nice roast of beef.
Can you explain to people you said purchasing power? Can you explain to people what that is? They may not know that term.
Well, it's really the capital you have or the cash that you have or whatever you're going to use to spend to get product. So what we did again is put $100 a piece in or something to that effect, didn't we?
100,
And
yeah.
then and so we had $200 that we were able to purchase with. And we made a plan and said, let's let's not spend any more. We don't want to sell anything for more than say $20
Hmm.
because we want our game plan was to sell a lot of stuff
Yes.
and not necessarily expensive stuff. We just wanted to have a lot of sales turning. So there was always money coming in every day. Click, 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 click. So we said, with $100, if you don't spend more than $5 on an item and costing it to you, then you could buy 40 items. No,
Uh,
20 items.
20, yeah.
20 items. And that's 20 items up. And if you sold 20 items, then, if you sold them for $10 a piece, and if all your fees and everything was $1, that means you would receive $9, right? You sold it for 10, you paid your fees, now you got $9.
Yes.
It initially cost you $5, so you have $4 in profit on every item you sell. So you got your initial $5 back plus $4 more.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have $9, so you can buy almost two more items.
Yeah.
And quickly you could expand your presence. And with that expanded presence, you're going to generate more and more money as income. So that was the purchasing power. How many items could we buy, and how much money did we have to do that?
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Not everyone knows those terms, so we got to teach them. So we started in our closets, in our basements, in our attics, and then we turned to, well, do you want to talk about garage sales or Goodwill?
Well, I think the first thing we went to was Goodwill, wasn't it?
Goodwill. Okay. I
Yeah.
couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, because one thing about garage sales, they're not open all year. It depends, I guess,
Depends where you live.
where you live. But in so much of the country, they're more of spring, summer, maybe early fall.
Yeah,
So
in Omaha, it was a season for sure.
yeah, it was the season, yeah. And so Goodwill is open every day of the year, or every day that they're open, or
Oh,
if
almost every
it's
day. Yeah.
almost every day. And so they're getting new products all the time.
And they even do
They got a
holiday sales.
they got a back room bigger than their
Yeah, because
storefront
people are just
because they
driving
got,
by and dropping off more.
yeah. So when
They'll
you
put
go
stuff
to,
out at least twice a day,
yeah, every day.
every
So
day.
when you start going to, excuse me, when you start going to Goodwill, you're you're going on a constant basis because every day could have something new.
Yeah. Go right when they open and or go in the afternoon.
Hmm. And you lived on one side of town, I lived on another side of town, so it was easy
Yeah.
to shop more than one Goodwill.
I had a Goodwill that I liked. You had one that you liked. And then sometimes we'd go meet in the middle and go to that electronic one
Hmm.
with the video games and things.
And we did some research on YouTube, or on the internet,
Of
to
course.
to try and find, like, what are the best-selling items on Amazon? What are the best-selling items in Goodwill? And by items, we didn't necessarily mean the exact item, but the category of
The
items.
cat yeah, you did a lot of research into categories, I remember.
Were they
You
record
found
albums?
metrics on eBay about that.
Yes, I did. So,
You were kind of our eBay research man.
and I would tell people that starting out, we could tell you what ours were, but they could constantly be changing.
Yeah, it
And it
depends on your
changes,
area, your time of year.
and the social networks that's going on at the current time.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
is going on in society?
Like when that Queen's Gambit show came out and chess sets were hot. Do you remember that?
Yes, exactly right.
But now
So
I don't know if they are.
yeah, so that's it. You got to constantly keep updating, and you can test those items on your site when you get them, and you want to have enough of those category to make a presence, and enough that you could see, are people getting to see mine? Let's say the hot category was chess sets. Well, you don't necessarily want to go out and buy 100 chess sets first.
No.
You might want to try six, eight, 10 of them and see if you get any hits on it.
Test your market. Yeah.
Test your market, and then jive into it. We did that with jigsaw puzzles,
Hmm.
but we got to a point where we had too many jigsaw puzzles.
We started to learn, oh, this brand doesn't really sell, but this
This,
brand's really good.
yeah, the brand, and like the type of puzzle was, and by type was it, you know,
Like kitty cats.
kitty cats, maybe they
Christmas
sell, yeah, so they might sell real well, but kitty cats sells well, but a scene with a house and a snowfall might not sell
scenery.
quite so well. Yeah, scenery
A
may not
piece
be so.
count. Some people are like,
Hmm.
oh, I can't do over 1,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So it depends
And
what category you pick.
yeah, and not only that category, when you pick it, it it takes into account the ship. You got to remember the shipping too.
Yeah.
If you
Jigsaw
start to
puzzles are
sh
heavy.
if you start to sell heavy items, especially today with the postage being so high, somebody's got to pay to ship it, whether you're passing it on to the consumer or paying it yourself. Or some things that we did is we kind of shared the costs with customers in many cases.
Yeah, you can put a set amount for shipping.
We might say, listen, it's going to cost $10 to ship this, but we think we can sell it this much more than what we paid for it, which was a higher profit level. And say, you know what? Let's not charge them the full $10 to ship it. We're going to share it. Maybe we're only going to charge them $4 to ship it.
Hmm.
So they're paying a part of that shipping cost, and we were paying a part of out of that higher margin because you know we're not you're not trying to be greedy in this at all. You want to make the best money you can, but you also want to move your product.
I don't know if we mentioned this last time. We set all our listings to buy it now or best offer.
Hmm.
We did do a few auctions, but mostly we did that buy it now or best offer. So
That's right.
people can come back with they'll just take off the amount you set for shipping and go, okay, this much. So,
Hmm.
people will try.
Yeah, they're gonna negotiate with you, and you could say yes or no, or kick them back another offer. But that's where we started finding items in Goodwill, and the Goodwill has so many different types of items. It
Hmm.
gave us the opportunity to test a lot of things. We were selling puzzles. We were selling blankets. Remember blankets?
Yes,
We were
those
selling
woven
blankets,
throws.
record albums.
Yeah, I have a
But
list here of what we bought. Would you like
okay,
to? You'd like to?
yes,
Here, I'll give
please.
them to you and you comment.
Okay.
Jigsaw puzzles. That was our
Yeah,
bread and
which
butter.
which we did, and we learned from that we had to narrow down our selection on it, and
Yeah, don't just buy any old
until
puzzle.
until it finally until COVID was over, and that kind of finally fell off the table.
Well-known China, um,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
there was like things like
flatware.
Royal Dalton China,
Yes.
and not necessarily dishes, but maybe like the figurines and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah,
We were selling
Yardro.
Yardro,
Yeah, that was the other one.
and we sold some Hummels and
Almost.
Hummel plates. Um, so some of the we even had something that was made in Japan,
Oh,
and it was
occupied
like
Japan. It said.
occupied Japan.
That's right.
That was interesting.
Yes.
Occupied by the American forces after World War II, and
Yes.
they were making China figures, and we found some of that.
Roller skates.
Yes, I forgot about the roller skates. We
Heavy, but
tried, we
science sold
tried,
for a lot.
we tried doing sports,
Hmm.
and we found that
Baseball
found that
gloves.
baseball gloves, especially for the kids, what you don't know if little Tommy or Tina wanted to play baseball or not, but somebody can buy a mitt for them for a few dollars on on
Hmm.
our site instead of having to lay out for brand new, and that was successful. And we sold roller skates. Go figure, roller skates.
Yeah, but they were the not the inline skates, but the old school skates.
Yeah, right.
I think people doing like roller derby and stuff.
Well, whatever they were doing, they were buying them
I
from us, weren't
see
they?
I see people online doing golf clubs. We never did that because we were like never could find something to ship them in. But
Yeah,
that
we
is a
never.
popular one.
Yeah, that is a popular one. So somebody that wants to do that, I guess you could get like a long circular type thing
Like
to
a
pack it
poster tube,
in.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
a really tall one.
I don't know what the shipping is, but that's an item that you got to sell for enough to really compensate for that shipping?
I put popular plushies, like,
Yes.
Disney,
Well,
for
plushies in
example.
general, you found plushies, and like, I was gonna buy an old you
You got to check it though, because
stuffed animal,
a
but
bunch of them at Goodwill
you're
are
right.
dirty. I found.
Hmm.
Check the
Hmm.
bottom.
And,
Snoopy, stuff like that.
and then we discovered that Disney, in particular,
People love Disney.
was really selling, and by
Disney's its
Disney
own category.
we were doing plush, and then when we got into our antique store, we found that Disney in general was. We made a whole case of their shelves worth of Disney, and it was extremely good. But okay, so like Goodwill, because you can get products, different products every day, and a wide variety. So you got good to testing. And then what else? Garage sales?
Um, yeah, so we also went to garage sales and we would look for these same type of items, but you would
Hmm.
never know what you'd find at a garage sale. So you like I found a set of Pottery Barn dishes, but I ended up keeping those.
That was
It was a really
that
good
was
deal.
a wonderful set of dishes.
They have
I like.
pumpkin
Oh,
themes on them.
Gina, how could you not buy these
And the
dishes for
bowls
you?
looked like pumpkins. So I
Oh,
said, "Oh yeah."
they're beautiful. We re we really got a good deal from that lady. I don't think she realized. Well,
No.
maybe she did realize, but
She was closing up for the whole sale, so she wanted to get rid of them.
yeah.
That's
But
another thing. If you go on like Sunday afternoon or Sunday at noon, they want to go. So maybe they'll give you a deal.
yeah, when it comes to garage sales now today, many people are on these sites that list garage sales, and they provide photographs.
Yeah.
So you can start scanning the photographs to see if there's anything you're interested in to log that onto your map where you want to go and shop. Because one thing about Goodwill, it's one building. I went to one store, you went to another. Garage sales, they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're spending all day Saturday, all day Sunday, half a day Friday, whenever you can to go to all these garage sales and never knowing what you're going to find. What we did find in garage sales, we found a lot of baby clothes,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and we never got into selling that.
No.
Um, maybe it's good. We never tested it. We just, I figured there's so many garage sales out there you're competing with. Now
If you could
people are gonna have to pay to ship some $3 baby clothes. So we didn't do it.
we didn't try it.
We didn't try it. But
If you can find a neighborhood sale, then you'll find
mhm.
several in a small area. And
But we
also we found
mhm.
estate sales where somebody had unfortunately passed away and you go through their whole house and can get almost anything.
Yeah, you could find collections of records. You could
Mm-hmm.
find Disney products.
There's lots of old items.
Watches. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find. It's not a problem. It's just another thing you have to do. And depending, like, we told people in the beginning, we were only spending about $10, 10 hours a piece, 8 hours a piece on doing this per week.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're willing to do all that legwork and research of going to all these garage sales, you don't know what you can find. You can find a lot of stuff. We found a lot of video games and game players,
The video game consoles, yes.
consoles. Yeah.
Then we pivoted to goodwill.com, the online site,
Yeah,
because we found that they would hold back their nicer items for their own website and
that's
auction
right.
them themselves.
That's where we were getting the Yardro figurines. You want to buy gold and silver. The problem is everybody's looking at the sites and they're spending big money because they're all auctions on that site.
That's all auctions, so you have to pay attention to when it ends, be around, be available. We were looking for video games, Disney, watches, records. I think, yeah, like you said, Yardro. Those were the big things we kept looking for. And specifically in video games, we wanted GameCube, we wanted Dreamcast,
And the
Nintendo
nice thing about that,
64.
yeah, and the nice thing about that website is you could type that into the search bar and it would limit it to that.
Yes.
And when we found like video games online, then there was another site we would have up on another tab. What was that site, Gina, where we could check the
Oh,
value of that game?
pricewatch.com. It would
Yeah,
tell you here's the value of just the game, here's the value of it with the box and the manual, here's the value, here's the sales for the past couple months. So
yeah.
that was
So
very
when
helpful.
when you were buying from like Goodwill.com, they would always say the condition is as you see it, whatever that means, and
Hmm.
you're buying it. It's almost sight unseen, even though they show you the picture of it. You can't see if the game is scratched or
You
anything.
can't pick it up and look at it.
You
Nope.
you don't know if it works. You don't
No,
know if it works. So you're gambling.
you need to
So
test it at home if you can.
the the nice thing is you could see, well, if it is good and it works, what is the value that you can get for it? If you're only going to get $7 and they want $3 for it, you're really not going to make much money.
Yeah,
But if
you
it's,
want to try to find when they do a lot of several video games.
hmm
Sometimes they would just do an individual game and it was not worth it because
hmm
you had to pay shipping and handling through like FedEx or UPS.
I started working on a formula where for us, and everybody could be different, but for us, I was trying to do, if I spent X amount of money on an item, I wanted to be able to sell it for five times that amount.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a $2 item, I wanted to be able to sell it for $10. And the reason is for us, by the time we paid for packing material
Mm-hmm.
and boxes to ship it,
Mm-hmm.
and um, any or all of the shipping costs that we were going to pay, it still had to leave us a profit because,
Yeah.
you can't, if you
We
sell
didn't want to
everything,
lose money.
yeah, if you sell everything for a loss, you can't make it up in volume.
No, no.
It just helps you go out of business faster.
Yeah.
But that was the magic number for us, and everybody could be different. And it could be different today because of the costs in shipping and supplies and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. And you eventually you learn how to reuse some of the packing material that you buy from somebody, items from somebody, they ship it, you recycle that and use that packing bubble wrap and all that sort of
I did
stuff,
try to
right?
reuse boxes a lot.
Yeah. And you have to do that sort of thing. And so it worked out. But that was our magic number.
And
But there's a, yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
the one thing I wanted to preface is if you do get watches,
Hmm
check the batteries to see if they run. And also, if you get anything with batteries, check if they're corroded. A lot of times people
hmm
leave the batteries in there and you
Yeah,
don't want
we
to ship
bought
it like that.
we bought a lot of Disney watches. And I added to the cost of that because I bought batteries and I bought a kit to change them. And I was
Yeah.
changing
You were a
batteries and
little
putting in.
watchmaker. Yeah.
I was, and I was putting brand new batteries into watches to make sure that they worked. And then I was selling this. This works. Here it is. Tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
And then people felt comfortable.
Yeah. You want to know it works.
Hmm
You can buy a bag of jewelry on Goodwill, but you don't know what's in there. You don't even know if it's
Well,
real gold.
that's right. That's
You
right.
bought
If
that
there's,
that gold testing kit, didn't you?
yes, I do. Those are not expensive things, but they're investments. And this is not something that you initially go out and buy, but these are things as your business expands and you find the categories you want to invest in, then you have to be sure what you're doing. So you'll get a gold checking kit and so on and so forth. Look at us. We got to a point where we were getting bogged down with shipping because of the labels. And we
Hmm.
went out and bought a nice label printer.
We did. We did. I thought,
And did that speed it up for you?
yes, I bought a thermal printer, a Dymo. I thought we would make another short video about that to talk about. And
Okay.
but yeah, that, oh my goodness, way better than cutting out a piece of paper and taping it to a box. And if it rains, it gets soggy.
Yeah, that cost us a couple, two, $300. But
Hmm.
this was later on
I'm
when
still
we
using
were
it.
we were making money.
If I ship
And
anything, I still use it. It's great.
when you're bringing in enough money, then you can start um, siphoning off some of your money, saying this is going to go to our paycheck, this is going to go to reinvestment in purchasing power, this is going to go to reinvestment in supplies and
Yeah, we
things
bought
we need,
supplies
like
monthly,
supplies, printer,
bubble
paper,
wrap,
all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
tape. Oh, so much
Ta-
tape.
so much tape. Yeah. So you got to be able to make a profit to pay for all of that stuff. So your initial profit gets down, split out to pay for all these different things. And it's really your net profit is what you're going to put in your pocket.
Yeah.
And
Keep a
that's
little
where
for
we were.
yourself and reinvest some.
Yeah. And keep it going, keep it growing. So again, we were shopping Goodwill, garage
Goodwill,
sales,
garage sale,
goodwill.com,
goodwill.com,
disney.com,
Disney, salvationarmy.com.
salvationarmy.com,
We
auction sites.
oh yeah,
We were doing
proxy bid.
proxy bid. There were auction place in Omaha that
Well,
participated.
that site is overall, and you can
Hmm.
click auctions near me to find the
Hmm.
ones by your zip code.
Yeah,
And
explain that
so
again, Gina, because I kind of
that's okay.
muffed that, and
We
you're good at that.
we went to proxybid.com. You can click on auctions near me, and based on your zip code, oh, we have 10 minutes left. Based on your zip code, it will show you the auctions near you, and you can click, it'll show you a map, and you can click on them, and it'll say, this restaurant closed. And we were like, okay, that's not for us. Oh, this one's an estate sale, or this person was a collector. And then you go scroll through the whole thing, and you can bid right there. And then you go pick it up. We went to, what was the place we went to? The auction house? Was that what it was called?
I think so.
And we would go physically pick it up.
Yeah.
We did crates of records. They started to get to know us there. We went there several times.
I bought a huge oak desk that I kept.
Oh, yeah, for a
I
penny.
paid a dollar or penny. Yeah, I paid a
You
penny
paid a
for
penny. That thing barely fit in my car.
it.
And
We
then you didn't
shoved it
keep it.
in, and then when I moved it, I had nowhere to put it,
That
so
thing
I
was
gave it away.
huge.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just aren't going to buy it.
Yeah, they don't want to move it. But we bought lots of records. I don't know, we got all kinds of stuff from that place. We have
You know,
baseball car, sports cards we got.
I had an SUV. So if you have an SUV or a truck, that's going to really help. Otherwise, keep in mind what you're buying because you have to go get it.
We truly sold a lot of sports cards on
Yeah.
our
Did we even
sites.
talk about sports cards? Yeah.
No, but we were selling sports cards. And one thing about sports cards, I mean, the ship it is like the price of a stamp.
Yes.
And, people were buying, we were selling sports cards and we'll call them the junk cards because it was from that early 90s era.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're not really very valuable. But we were selling cards for a dollar, $2, $3, and stuff that we probably paid half a cent for. And
It was half a cent per card when we drilled
yeah, it's
down to
what
the price.
we drilled down to the price. And we sold hundreds of them or thousands. I don't know how many. We
I
not
don't know.
thousands, but probably hundreds.
We had
And
so many. I
we
would
had
I
so
would have
many.
to be digging through the cards, and then I'd call you and go, I can't find this guy. And then I'd look and look and oh, I found him.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to organize them by sport,
That is the hard part if for selling sports
by
cards is
brand. I was like, okay,
you
these are the
gotta
tops baseball, these are the tops basketball, or whatever.
you gotta put them away in such a way that you can find
You
them
need those big
when you
card
sell them.
boxes.
Yeah. So, but again, it's just something that really doesn't take a lot of work, and you could make, you know, good money on it. And
Yeah.
so, a thing you pay a half a cent for and you sell for a dollar, that's a heck of a lot more than five
Yeah.
times the amount.
Sell it for two
Um,
bucks. Yeah, you're set.
I forgot what a postage stamp is.
eBay had a set rate for those cards,
Hmm.
and I don't remember what it was. I want to say 73 cents, but it could be different now.
Yeah. But when you sell lots of them, or people were buying multiples, So it still might cost you the 73 cents to ship it, but now you got $4 or $5 in that
And I was
package.
investing in little card protectors, those
Mm-hmm.
plastic thick things to put them in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that way you could get tracking through eBay instead of
Yeah.
just throwing it in an envelope, which you're not supposed to do, and it could really eat up the card in the
Yeah.
letter machine,
Yeah.
which I only
So,
know because I used to work at the post office.
well, those would be all good things we could talk on future when we get to shipping. What other ways did we find product? Because we came up with some good ones so far.
Hmm. I don't know. I think we covered everything. Your
Oh,
own
well,
closets.
the other thing is you got friends and family
Oh, sure.
that might want to get rid of stuff. Your My son or your brother, he had boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. Good stuff, video games, manga books, right?
Yeah, he had a ton of collection of games, and a lot of times he had duplicates he hadn't even opened, and some stuff was rare. A lot of RPG games was really popular, or
Mm-hmm.
Japanese versions of the games.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent them to me, and we split the profit on that. And stuff sold either on eBay or once we transitioned to Whatnot, stuff sold good on there. And he had manga books. He had like manga magazines, which had like Yu-Gi-Oh cards in them that people didn't want the magazine, they just wanted the
They
card
just
really.
wanted that card out of there, yeah. And so that's another resource. Friends or family that you're going to do the work
Yeah.
of selling it and shipping it, and then they're going to let you keep part of that profit
I think
for doing the work.
I think Uncle Meatball had some stuff we sold.
Hmm. Yes, he
Just
did.
a couple things. Yeah.
So you just never
Yeah,
know.
people might come to you and go, "Here, will you sell this?" Because you now have the eBay with a good rating and lots of
Hmm.
sales,
Right.
versus they don't want to make an account and go through all that hassle.
And so the good part of that is whatever your profit you're putting in your pocket, it didn't cost you anything.
No.
So if you sell a video game for $100 and he lets you keep 40, that's $40 minus whatever you spent to pack it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good profit with no investment.
Yeah.
So it's just looking for supply of products. So again, you can shop and find this stuff in different places, or you might have it in your own house, or you may have a relative that just wants to get rid of stuff. And how often do we there are everybody has relatives that just want to get rid of stuff. And
And they
they say,
also
I don't care what you sell it for. You know, okay, well, don't worry, I'll give you some of
they
it.
also may be a good resources for boxes because people get a
Mhm.
lot of Amazon stuff.
Yes, they
Go, hey,
do.
can I have the boxes next time we come for Sunday dinner? Sure.
All right,
All
that
right.
was very good. Anything else you can think of?
No, no, stay tuned next time and we'll talk more about other topics.
Okay, so if you're excited about trying to make money, know that you can, and know there are a lot of places where you can find product. All you got to do is get up and go do it.
Go find it. It's
Go
there.
find it. It's there. It's really there. It might be in your own backyard or in your cousin's house or your brother's house or who knows, whatever. It's there.
Start with a little meatball and roll it bigger.
And get it, make a roast of beef. Make a big roast of beef. Oh, that's going to be good. Well, Tina, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day on the beach.
Yes. I'm getting a tan.
Uh,
You're going to
me
get
too.
sunburn.
Oh, I'm getting sunburned. Oh, I better I got some nice cool water here to drink. Oh, it's
Can't
invisible
even
on the
see it.
screen. Yeah, it's like a ghost. It's a ghost
You have
bottle.
ghost water.
Ghost water. All right,
All
everybody.
right. Bye bye.
Enjoy. Thank you. Oh, comment, subscribe, share. Anything else?
Like,
Like, comment, subscribe, share, and go do it.
go do it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Same bat time, same bat channel.